Alrighty, welcome to Videos Crafted University, my first little live stream here. We got my Sony a6300 here with a 24mm 1.4 lens on it. Looking at me right now in my office room. Back there, we have all my camera gear and stuff. Here we have some storage, and there we have the air conditioners. So now that you've had the room tour, today we're going to be talking about scheduling your video shoots. This is something I didn't used to do at all, and it was terrible. When I first started off making narrative films, I think or short films, one of our first ones was 6 or 7 pages long, and it took us 4 days to shoot it, which is appalling now. Now on average I shoot roughly 10 pages a day. Obviously depends on what is said in the pages, but that is kind of my normal. So I'm looking down and doing my screen thing here. That first shoot that we did actually was this little guy right here. This is a short it was called Passette, and actually the first day we were so slow and so disorganized, we didn't even change our lens because we thought it would slow us down too much. This shoot was a giant learning experience. This was shot back with my a6000, and the first day we didn't change any lenses, so we just used one lens the whole day. The second day we were like, hey, let's actually try to use some different lenses and improve just a little bit, so we used different lenses. Play here, no sound. And then the third day, I actually had made a DIY slider that I was able to use. So this was a long time ago. Again, actually graded in DaVinci, which is what I still use to this day. And some weird effect going on there. But this was a great learning experience. But then a few shoots later, we started actually making shoot schedules, which are hugely important. Because being efficient with your time is, I would say, even more important when you're low starting off than when you're high and you have a name for yourself. Even though people might be at your shoots for your shorts for free or for a little money, no one wants their time wasted. Everyone wants to be efficient and to move quickly through a shoot and still do a good job, of course, but we do things to improve our speed here. So we're going to be going through a little bit of this little script here. This is my buddy Josh wrote this script, and it's called Telephone. It's an awesome little script here. We are about 20 pages into it. We've shot for 2 days. The first day we shot 8 pages, and the next day we shot 14. I know that doesn't quite add up, but because we reshot 2 of the pages because we had a slight change in cast. But overall it worked out pretty good. So far the shots are looking great. I'll bring a few of them over there for us to see. Dum-da-dum. But this is one of the shots here of one of the characters, and for this shot we have both colors, a bluish color and an orangish color, representing kind of the both sides of this character who is struggling with some mental health issues. The story focuses around, life and relationships and life problems and a magical telephone. So let's break this down here. So this is a script format, in case you're not familiar. We have I'm not a script teacher or script writer teacher, but I'll tell you what I know at least. So this establishes our setting. EXT, exterior, Alex's house, which is someone's house who we still have to find, and it's a day shot. We have a slight description of what happens here. There's no dialogue in this particular section. You could tell when there's dialogue because it is tabbed in 2 or 2.5 times right there, and has someone's name above it. So this one we actually have dialogue, but still we see a street sign, blah, 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 walks behind. She lets herself in. Okay, so we have someone here. We have Kate here. The 2 main characters are Kate, who is the female protagonist, and Alex, who's also a protagonist as well. So, now basically, some scripts don't have these, some scripts do. These are, I believe they're called scene numbers up here. They are great because, as you'll see, they do not go in order at all. This is because I already had the director-writer, Josh, take out the useful pieces and basically keep them all together. By the way, if you guys can hear me, please let me know. Put some in the chat. So this way we kind of have it by resources. So I told Josh, okay, bust out all of the houses, everything that's house related. For the first time we just did everything that had to do with a nighttime scene and with under the sleeping bag scene. And then our second one we just did, which was of all the parks, which was 14 pages. The actors, Josh and Lauren, did great by having all their lines locked down and then basically allowed us to fly through really fast. Hey, Ben. Hey, Dad. Good, loud and clear. I'm glad you can hear me. Awesome news. So that was great to make it come through really quickly. So, moving back to the pieces here, now we're basically doing all the ones with houses and different locations that are easy, because eventually we're going to have to get a bar and a cop car and a car chase and a whole bunch of fun stuff that will be fun to plan as well. So, you take these scene numbers, what I usually do, and then, I already did it here, just so we don't have to break it down, but I broke it all down by location first, and then by interior, exterior, and then the N for me just stands for nighttime or not. So this scene, and actually some of these I can't show because it'll give away too much of the story, but let's just take 5 and 25 here. So 5 and 25, I put these both as exteriors, Alex's house, which as you see they both are. Alex knocks and does all this stuff. So now let's try to break this down into my shoot schedule, which I will post a blank one into my Videos Crafted University thing board here, just so, or maybe not a blank one, maybe have 1 or 2 lines filled out so that you kind of see what goes in. So we have the shoot date. For this one, I don't know when the shoot date is. I really want to do it in May. Other than that, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Telephone day 3. So, some important features here. One important time to always know is the sunset. So I'll go to my preferred sunset calculator, which is the Cambridge color one. It's a photography teaching website that also has a sunset calculator. You could honestly just use, doesn't matter, Google. Let's just aim for the middle of the month. Sunset's 8:39. I am loving the summer that's coming together. Man alive. It has been a long winter, and I am looking forward to some sun and some great shoots with some great friends. So, let's start breaking these down. Doesn't really care when the start time is. So the first chunk, so let me just bring this over here so you can see it. So we have, okay, that's just exterior daytime. Then we're going to have Stephanie and Patricia. I'm just trying to find all the one that has pretty much no nighttime in it. Okay, this one also just has no nighttime. This has no nighttime because obviously we're going to start in the day, hopefully. So Alex's house will probably be last. And we might push Patricia's house to another day because it has another night. Stephen and Patricia, which we still have to find houses and actors for this. Actually, I think this one we might have. But let's just assume that this one we're going to put a question mark next to, so we know that that one's not really that important. So, we have been having makeup on these shoots. We have scene 61 and scene 26, which we could put in first. Now, these are separate locations, so I usually put these on separate ones. Scene, what did I say? 26. 26 and scene 61. I pretty much have a different line here for each time we have to move or any sort of drastic crew or cast setup. How this works, let me explain real quick. Simply the date, the scene numbers that correlate to the script, what type of shot it is, the location the thing is going to be at, a basic shoot description, and then the cast that is involved and any special equipment that I need to bring. Usually I have all my stuff with me. It's not that big, so it's not that huge of a deal. Quick question, do you guys use any sort of shoot scheduling thing that I should know about that's different or better? This is just one I found online about 3 years ago and it's worked well for me over the years, but if you have any different ones, please let me know. So, we now have in these first shoots. Now we are going to put in a longer one here. So we're going to put in, so this one is pretty much done, Stephen and Patricia. Let's put in, or Jeff and Susan's house. Let's put in Stephen and Patricia's house. This will be a lot longer one. This will be scenes, I'm just going to put it over here so I can see it. It'll be scenes 39, 42, actually, 38 is sometimes easy to do them. Interior, exterior. No, we'll do the exteriors first. Exteriors are first. They're 38 and 40. And then, just so you can see here, 38 and 40, both exteriors, so we're working one setup, and then we're moving just slightly inside. I'm not going to put a new line for that, because why? To 39 and 42. 71 we might have to do at a later time because of how the night schedules things will line up. Then the last one here is going to be all of Alex's house that are in the daytime, and we'll start with exteriors first. That'd be 5 and 25. 5 and 25, and then we're going to go to the interiors, which would be 6 and 8. 6 and 8. And then I'll do another line just because it's nighttime. Let me just insert a row below. Boom. Because it's nighttime here, and I insert and take away rows all the time, depending on the shoot, of course. Nighttime here, we'll get up, pump out. We already worked our way inside. Now we're waiting for the nighttime. I'm just imagining. So something huge with this is you have to imagine the shoot as you're doing it. So if we're already inside because we worked our way inside, now we're waiting for night. We're probably going to do 85, 86 first, then 83. So 85, 86, and then we will be doing 83. Okay. Hope you're still having fun there. It's trust me, this is worth any amount of effort to get this squared away. My first shoot that I did this on, we actually ended right on time, which blew me away. But it's gotten a lot better as time has gone on. So we have everything squared away. Just copy and pasting some stuff in here, and this is actually exterior / interior, and this is all day though. It's all day. Those are all day. I don't think one of those mattered about morning really, from what I remember. 26 or 61. 26. Any of them have morning. Sometimes they'll have day morning. They'll have a little extra hyphen over there. So I don't think so. Good, it's evening time. Okay. And because we're trying to do this all at one time, all kind of at one, because we're trying to do this all in one day and trying to do it effectively, evening or night, I'm going to have to play with that just slightly. I'm going to have to look at it more. So, also, we're going to have makeup. Makeup I usually plan on taking an hour. Last time it took a little more than that. Sometimes it takes less. Not a big deal. Now here's the important part. I start my scheduling from the sunset down and then up. So, and I can put in scenes we're not doing for this day because I already wrote those down, because they usually require too much resources, or they just have something completely different. But the scenes are usually kept in the script to give the actors something to reference. If it's like a flashback or something like that, we're not going to go shoot that one flashback at a completely different location when we're at a certain spot. Of course, drinking out of mason jars. Love you, honey. So, this shoot has to start, and it takes usually a little bit for the actual sun to go down. Yeah, dusk at 9:15. Yeah, crap. That sucks. Okay, so really this has to start at like 9 o'clock, because the interior we can make it a little darker. So this is going to start at 9 p.m. So the three scenes here, 83, 85, 86, 83. 85, 86, 83. 85, interior Alex's house. Tonight, Alex goes into his closet and pulls out a blue blazer. He puts on it, blue bow tie. Alex puts his boots on, laces them up. That is a relatively short shoot. That would be about 3 or 4 angles. Probably take around 20-30 minutes, if that. Also, we have within here, and I'm sorry, the way I know that is because of experience in doing it a few times. And if you don't know how long it takes to do something, start timing yourself. You'll figure it out real quick. Alex pulls his motorcycle, he gasses it up. Okay, his conversation from Kate echoes in his mind. Good, so we don't have to shoot that. His eyes are wide. Boom, motorcycle stuff. We're talking maybe 20-30 minutes on that as well. So we're up to an hour so far for this section. And then we have 83, which is a lot of dialogue. So my general rule of thumb for a lot of dialogue is about a page per half half an hour. So if you have one page of dialogue, figure about a half an hour, 40 minutes for you to be able to capture that. Because dialogue is pretty straightforward. You set up 1, 2, 3 cameras, and then you just kind of run it through. Nothing to... Only action going on. Jacob takes a seat behind Alex. Cigarettes. Okay, cool. Nothing too crazy. Bunch of dialogue. We have half page, full page, and just the start. So a page and a half would be about... How long would that be? That'd be about an hour or so. So up to 2 hours for the section. So we'll plan 2 hours for the section. 2 hours. Boom. And now we're just going to work our way backwards. I will just do this one here, and then I will cut for the rest of it. Also, make sure you have a food break in there somewhere. It's pretty important. Keeps everyone happy. So for these here, so I guess I could just stop here. So that's pretty much the system. You break it on down into what scenes you're going to be doing. Then you organize them via the sun, because I'm not shooting studios where I can light and make the sun whenever I want. I have to work with the sun. It is my least flexible partner in all video shooting. And then basically I would just go to the location, and this location is, if I remember correctly, Alex's house. Yes, it is. Which once I actually get it, I'll put in an address and then put in a short description. And then basically for the scene here, we had Alex, Kate, and I believe another person here who we haven't met yet, Jacob. Jacob, there we go. There's 3 there. We are going to be doing probably normal setup. But if you don't bring like your gimbal and that type of stuff, your normal setup, you should probably write that down, because there's going to be a little mini motorcycle, which could be a fun shoot for a gimbal to at least run beside or be in a car with. So this has Alex getting ready. It also has Alex on mini bike. Also has Alex, and that's not how you spell Alex. Alex and Kate talking. So that's the basic description of what happens in that section here. Now I'll simply just work backwards in how long I think all this will take me. And let's say I think this will take me 3 hours. Well, then I know I have to start this one at 6 p.m. Pretty straightforward. That's just easy math right there. And then I'll work my way all the way back to a start time. And once I get my start time, I'm done. I just I send it off, or I think about it some more, and then basically send it off to everyone, and then pretty much show up. And the schedule usually works out pretty well. One other note: plan at least one extra half an hour for your very first one, which would be this guy here. Simply because makeup can go along easily. Also, getting everyone focused and actually getting the train going could take a long time. So that is pretty much how I do my shoot schedules. Hope you learned something from that. This is Tim with Videos Crafted University, crafting video crafters here. Have a good night, and tune in next time. Thank you. Bye.